What up, boys? It's Gaz, and welcome to another Warframe video. So today we're going to be going over steel essence farming for one final time before they nerf it later this month. On console, you guys might get it for a little bit longer, but do keep in mind that they have the Deimos Arcana update planned for November, at least on PC. Might happen on console, like I said, later. But yeah, we have steel essence farming getting gutted. They are going to make it so steel essence does not drop from Eximus enemies on the steel path anymore. So we're going to be going over for one final time what you can do to get lots of steel essence. And I've seen a lot of people ask me, why would I even get steel essence? Well, let's quickly show that. So we're going to go to Teshin in the relay. We're going to jump up to him. He's not just for PvP anymore. And we talk to him. He has this second thing down here called steel essence stuff. So you can buy all this stuff from him. And once Deimos Arcana comes out, he will have a rotating store, hopefully down here, with some new items. I'm hoping they haven't actually said if it's new items yet, but yeah, here's my guess and here's my prediction. They will be adding new arcanes to Teshin. They took a lot of my suggestions from my Steel Path Sucks video, and in that video, I recommended that they make primed nightmare mods and new arcanes in the Teshin store. And since they're going to be putting acolytes in the Steel Path, I have a feeling they might make some new arcanes in the Teshin store as well. That would make sense since it is like a later game place right there. Alright, so we're going to be going over just explaining Odin really quickly for one final time, going over some little frequently asked questions, and this is just like a big PSA. Do this while you can. It will be gone. You will never get relics and essence like this ever again, guys. And since they are going to be adding new stuff to Teshin's store on a weekly rotation, I would say once you get as much Kuva as you want from this Steel Essence turn-in, save about 500 to 1,000 Steel Essence for buying the new Arcanes. Like I said, it's not guaranteed there will be new Arcanes, but it is quite likely, in my opinion, someone that predicts a lot of stuff in this game. I think they will add new Arcanes to the game. Okay, so, yeah, so we are on Odin, which is going to be one of the easiest missions to get to on the Steel Path. Since the Steel Path starts you off on a fresh star chart, you just need to go to Mercury, and you need to go just to Odin, which is an interception node, like 3 or 4 clips away from where you start. I'll just quickly show that on the screen here. So here we are on Neptune. This is way out of the way. So you start, I think it's at Earth. So you need to go from Earth, go down to Venus, take the quickest path through Venus, do this one, and just go all the way to Mercury. Once you're on Mercury, it's over here, Odin. So you need to clear like 4 Steel Path missions to get to Odin, and then you can start doing LFG in recruiting chat. You just say, hosting Odin Steel Path, need Korra, and I guarantee you a bunch of people will message you. Now, it depends how many people are online, of course. But yeah, that you can definitely find an LFG in there. People know about it. That guy already knows about it. So what you want to do for this is just, my previous video was 3 Korras and a Speedva. You want to cover the entire map in Strangledomes, which is Korra's 4th ability, and you want to kill every enemy constantly. Additionally, you want to have the blue resource booster going, which is a resource drop chance booster. And ideally, you'd also have an orange resource drop amount booster. That's going to make it where you get 2 Steel Essence per drop from the enemies instead of 1, what it normally is. And the blue booster makes the enemies more likely to drop the Steel Essence in the first place. And like I showed, you can turn in that Steel Essence for 10,000 Kuva if you have 15. The Speed of Kavat will also give you increased amounts. You can get up to like sometimes 16, 32 drops from a singular pickup if you get really, really lucky with a booster. You do not need everyone in the squad to have a blue booster. 1 person should be enough. But everyone in the squad should have an orange booster. If you don't have one, guys, it's totally fine. We had someone without an orange booster in this mission, and guess how many we got in an hour? He got 100,000 Kuva in 1 hour without a booster. And because of how ridiculous that Kuva per hour is, that's why this is getting nerfed, to be honest. So, yeah, but besides that, so 3 Korras, you can put on Spectrophage from Gara and use the Augment mod for additional energy orbs. You can subsume on Dispensary. If you don't have access to the Helmet system, it's totally fine. If you're like more of like a mid-game, early game player with Korra and a good setup for her, You can actually have an EV Trinity in your squad to make it so no one's running out of energy. And what you want to do is you want to rush through the waves all the way to wave 5. So capture all 4 points on wave 1 through 4. Once you get to wave 5, have one person neutralize B to start it off. Have them neutralize it and capture it up to 60%. But do not fully capture B. In the meantime, have your other teammates fully capture and make them blue, A and D. So you make A and D blue and you make B white and capture up to 60%. That will make it so it's literally foolproof as long as you constantly CC and kill the map. The enemies will never capture it and you will be making the wave last long as possible. The reason you want to make the wave last as long as possible is because it will just spawn enemies the entire time and you can just kill at your leisure. The enemies will also spawn all over the map. You want to make sure that you have people killing the map constantly. As you see, we have 3 Korras just keeping up to kill everything using a whip claw. Another thing is you do not really need power strength on Korra. Power strength does give you more damage, but another thing about Korra's whip claw, her first ability, it scales with the mods equipped on your melee weapon. And you can use the Accumulating Whip Claw Augment mod for a bunch of extra damage. We've also got Speed Nova in here to make the enemies run towards the Strangledome faster and take double damage. So you have so much damage that don't worry about having Power Strength on your Korra build. You can do it if you want to fit it on there, but I do not personally advise it because you can just use other stats in that slot. You want maximum range at the same time. So some other things. Let's check out some frequently asked questions I've gotten on Discord about Steel Essence farming. All right, first question. Is Steel Essence farming ruined? After this update, the Deimos Arcana, it will not be as good as this. And yes, I could basically consider that ruined. At this current time, we do not know how often the Acolytes will spawn to drop that Steel Essence. We also do not know how much Steel Essence those Acolytes will drop per kill. The best case scenario is that the Steel Essence drop from the Acolytes is going to be 5 per drop or something like that, and that will be also affected by a booster. So if you have a booster and you kill a Steel Path Acolyte, they would drop 10 Essence. That would be best case scenario. And the spawn rate, I'm hoping for once per mission, maybe like before, like it's just a forced spawn before you go to extraction. Although that's like very like wishful thinking. It will most likely be similar to Stalker spawning, where he has a chance to spawn up to 5 minutes into the mission, and they'll probably spawn after that, like at the same intervals. So I'm going to say it's going to be gigantically nerfed, guys. That's why I'm saying farm this while you can, because if you like Steel Essence, or rather, if you like Kuva, if you like Rivens, I'd say sit on like 3-4 million Kuva before you do this, because once this gets nerfed, we're sending Kuva farming back to the Stone Age. We're going to be going back to Kuva Survival. We're going to be going back to Kuva Floods and all that, and that's 100,000 per hour versus Kuva Survival Requiem is usually about 30 to 40,000 per hour. With a booster and all that. So yeah, it's going to be a lot worse. Some other questions. Let's see what else we have here. I already said that power strength worked on Korra's whip. It does work. You don't need it though. What else do we got here? What other nodes are good for Steel Essence farming? Ani in the Void is a pretty good one. There's a special room you can AFK farm in, but I personally don't like doing that. There's certain rooms on Ophelia you can still do. You can honestly just do the old room on Ophelia, but upstairs, and it still works. I mean, there's plenty of spots in Ophelia that work. Honestly, guys, there's a spot in every tile set in the game that will work for this. It's just basically find a spot you can camp in, hope that that D didn't think of that one to ruin the AI, like we said in the previous Ophelia video, where they did make it where some spots make the AI stand still, and then move on towards from there. Some other things, you can also mod your stat stick on Korra for viral. You can mod it for corrosive. They have similar kill times. And you can also mod it for pure slash if you don't have an elemental on your Riven, and that will make it so slash procs are killing the enemies. I'd say don't really bother with the slash one for this because, I mean, you're probably going to be like dipping out like wave like 20 is my guess if you're bleeding the waves, because that's about 2 hours of gameplay. And I mean, I've heard people getting trade banned here, but I don't have a concrete number on when you get trade banned for Odin, so play it at your own risk. I'd say wave 25 or 30 at the latest. I've never really gone past that, to be honest. And I'm a little bit cautious about getting trade banned myself nowadays. So yeah, hopefully you found this video helpful, guys. It is just a PSA and some FAQs on Steel Essence farming. LFG for it. If you're in a Discord server with people in your clan, just make sure everyone's got a good Korra build. Maybe ask to see the Korra builds linked in chat. There's that new mod config you can link in chat now. Ask through their stat sticks, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't have a God roll Korra build or God tier Korra build, you can be the Speed Nova. Okay. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. I know it was another video on Steel Essence, but this is important. I want to get this out of the way so everyone is aware. Maybe you didn't see the previous video. You know now Steel Essence farming is getting nerfed. We don't know how hard. It's probably going to be really hard. And, you know, prepare for the future. Keep some Essence sitting around for possible new arcanes that will hopefully be pretty strong. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.